home. A Galax police officer is in a hospital tonight recovering from a car crash.
Virginia State Police say that crash happened earlier tonight, leaving the officer with serious injuries.
10 News reporter Shane Dwyer is live at Roanoke Memorial Hospital, where the officer is being treated.
Shane, what are you hearing about his condition tonight?
John and Brittany, we just got word from the hospital staff here just within the last hour that the officer is in good condition after being airlifted here from Galax to the Roanoke Memorial Hospital. Let's go ahead and take a look directly at these pictures of the scene that tell the entire story. Virginia State Police investigating this situation. They tell us that the crash occurred around 5:45 in the town of Galax at the intersection of Main and Grayson Street. They say that the police officer was traveling south on Main Street in his marked vehicle. The officer was responding to a call and had the vehicle's emergency lights and siren on. They then say that the light turned green for the officer to come through, and at that point then another vehicle traveling west on Grayson Street, which is the cross street, entered the intersection and struck the driver's side of that police car. The impact of that caused the police car to spin around and hit a parked car, a Civic that was stopped at the light, and then continued a little bit further off the road and struck a tree. The police officer was flown here to the hospital with serious injuries. Again, we're learning just recently that he is in good condition and he was wearing a seatbelt. Everyone in this incident was wearing a seatbelt. State Police does not say specifically whether the driver that hit the police officer ran a red light to come into the intersection, only saying that the officer coming into the intersection had a green light, and it did say the stoplight there is equipped with equipment so that when a police officer, ambulance, or some other emergency vehicle comes toward the light, that light changes green to allow that vehicle to go through, which could cause a sudden change of the light signal. Now back here live at Roanoke Memorial Hospital, again, the officer in good condition. We do know that a number of people from the police department are here at the hospital this evening, and Virginia State Police continues to investigate. They tell us that charges are pending and that we hope to learn more in the coming hours, and we'll bring you the latest tomorrow morning on Virginia Today. Live in Roanoke, Shane Dwyer, 10 News, working for you.